Ladies and gentlemen, focus on the now. Life is fleeting, and real change begins when you fully engage with the present instead of dwelling on the past or fearing the future. The present moment is the most powerful force you have in your life. Too often, we find ourselves trapped between regrets of the past and anxieties about the future. This mental tug-of-war keeps us from fully engaging with the now, where real change begins. When you think about it, the past is gone, and the future hasn't arrived yet. All we truly have is this moment, this breath, this step, this choice. Recognizing this truth can be the first step toward transforming your life. Many people underestimate the power of being present. We are constantly distracted by technology, responsibilities, and the noise of the world. Our minds are filled with thoughts about things we cannot change or events that haven't even happened. This disconnect robs us of clarity, focus, and purpose. To truly change your life, you must start by grounding yourself in the present. This doesn't mean ignoring the past or avoiding plans for the future. It means understanding that the only place where you can take meaningful action is right now. Think about how often you let moments slip by unnoticed. You might be physically present in a conversation, but your mind is elsewhere. You may have opportunities before you, but you're too focused on what went wrong before or what could go wrong ahead. This pattern keeps you stuck. When you fully engage in the present, you start to see possibilities that were always there, but hidden by your mental distractions. When you're disconnected from your mind, you start to pay attention to the moments you interact with people in the present moment. Realizing your decisions, feel more connected, and start making decisions with greater intention. Living in the present also means accepting yourself as you are. Too often, people wait for some future version of themselves to take action. I'll start when I'm more confident, or I'll begin once things calm down. But the truth is, there's no perfect time. Waiting only delays your growth. You already have everything you need to take the first step. The key is to stop waiting and start doing, even if it feels uncomfortable or uncertain. So, aspect of embracing the present is learning to let go of the past. Mistakes, failures, and even painful experiences can weigh us down, making it difficult to move forward. But holding on to them doesn't serve you. You can learn from the past, but you can't live there. Every second you spend reliving old mistakes is a second you're not using to build a better future. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It means freeing yourself to make better choices now. Worrying about the future steals your energy. It's natural to think ahead, but constant worry creates fear, and fear paralyzes action. The future is built on the choices you make today. If you spend all your time imagining what could go wrong, you'll miss out on creating what could go right. By focusing on the present, you invest in the future without being consumed by it. One practical way to stay present is through mindfulness. This doesn't require hours of meditation or retreating from daily life. It can be as simple as taking a deep breath before responding to a situation, truly listening when someone speaks, or paying attention to how you feel in a moment. These small acts of awareness help you slow down and engage with life more deeply. When you practice mindfulness, you begin to see how much control you have over your thoughts and reactions. This control empowers you to make better decisions, build healthier habits, and pursue your goals with greater clarity. Being present also nurtures gratitude. When you're fully aware of your surroundings and experiences, you start to appreciate what you have instead of always longing for what you lack. Gratitude shifts your mindset from scarcity to abundance. It reminds you that life is happening now, and there is value in every moment, even the challenging ones. This sense of appreciation fuels motivation and builds resilience, because it teaches you to find meaning in every experience. And the more you see what's really important, Embracing the present moment also requires patience. Real change doesn't happen overnight, and progress often feels slow. But when you are fully engaged in the process, you begin to trust that every small effort counts. You become less focused on instant results and more invested in steady growth. This patience allows you to stay committed, even when things get tough. Living in the present moment helps you align your actions with your values. When you're grounded in the now, you can ask yourself, is what I'm doing right now moving me closer to who I want to be? This awareness helps you make choices that reflect your true self, not what others expect from you or what fear dictates. It creates a sense of authenticity and purpose that drives meaningful change. In a world that constantly demands more, faster, and bigger, slowing down to embrace the present can feel counterintuitive. But it is in this stillness that you find clarity. It's in the now that you reclaim your power to choose, act, and grow. Every second offers a new opportunity to start again, to shift your mindset, and to take steps toward your goals. The present moment is not just time passing by. It's a chance to become who you are meant to be. Your life can change in an hour if you decide to fully engage with the present. This is where your strength is. This is where your potential lives. This is where real change begins. Fear and doubt are two of the most powerful forces that can hold you back from reaching your full potential. They are invisible barriers that quietly shape your decisions, limit your actions, and prevent you from stepping into the life you truly desire. Recognizing and overcoming these mental blocks is essential if you want to change your life. The truth is, fear and doubt are natural emotions. Everyone experiences them at some point, but the difference between those who succeed and those who stay stuck is how they respond to these feelings. So, fear often disguises itself in many forms. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown, or even fear of success. It can paralyze you, making you question your abilities and your worth. Doubt, on the other hand, creeps in quietly, planting seeds of uncertainty. It tells you that you're not good enough, not ready, or not capable. Together, fear and doubt create a mental environment where growth feels impossible. But here's the truth. These feelings are not facts. They are just emotions. And emotions can be managed. One of the first steps in overcoming fear and doubt is understanding that they are based on perception, not reality. Most of the things we fear never actually happen. Our minds are wired to protect us from danger, but in the modern world, this protective instinct often reacts to imagined threats rather than real ones. For example, the fear of public speaking isn't about physical harm. It's about the possibility of being judged or embarrassed. But that fear feels just as real as any physical threat. When you realize that most fears are exaggerated by your mind, you can begin to question them instead of automatically believing them. Doubt works in a similar way. It whispers in your ear, reminding you of past mistakes and convincing you that future attempts will end the same way. It thrives on uncertainty and magnifies every possible downside. However, doubt loses its power when you confront it directly. Ask yourself, is this thought helping me or hurting me? More often than not, you'll realize that doubt is just noise, preventing you from moving forward. Acknowledging doubt without letting it control you is a powerful step toward personal growth. Facing fear and doubt requires courage, but courage doesn't mean being fearless. Courage means taking action despite feeling afraid. It's about acknowledging the discomfort and moving forward anyway. Every time you act in spite of fear, you weaken its grip on you. The more you challenge your fears, the smaller they become. What once seemed impossible begins to feel manageable, and eventually, it becomes second nature. So this process of confronting fear gradually builds confidence, creating a positive cycle of growth and resilience. One effective way to combat fear and doubt is to focus on what you can control. You can't predict every outcome, but you can control your preparation, your mindset, and your actions. Shifting your focus from what could go wrong to what you can actively do empowers you. Preparation turns fear into confidence. For instance, if you're afraid of failing an exam, studying thoroughly gives you a sense of control and reduces anxiety. In every situation, focusing on actionable steps weakens the hold of fear and doubt. Visualization is another powerful tool. When you visualize success, seeing yourself achieving your goals, you train your mind to become familiar with success instead of fearing failure. This mental rehearsal prepares you to take real-world action with greater confidence. It conditions your brain to believe that success is possible and even expected. This mindset shift can dramatically reduce fear and self-doubt because your mind starts to believe that you've already succeeded. An important strategy is to reframe failure. Many people fear failure because they see it as a reflection of their worth. But failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of the process. Every successful person has failed multiple times. What separates them is their ability to learn from failure and try again. When you stop seeing failure as something to avoid and start viewing it as feedback, you strip away its power to intimidate you. Each mistake becomes a lesson, guiding you closer to your goals. Surrounding yourself with supportive people can also help dismantle fear and doubt. Negative environments can amplify your insecurities, while positive and encouraging people can inspire you to push past your limits. When you see others overcoming their fears and achieving their goals, it serves as a reminder that you can do the same. Sharing your fears with trusted friends or mentors can also lighten the emotional burden and provide valuable perspectives that challenge your doubts. Taking small, consistent steps is another key to overcoming fear and doubt. Often the size of the challenge ahead can feel overwhelming, making fear and doubt grow stronger. But when you break your goal into smaller, manageable tasks, it becomes less intimidating. Each small success builds momentum and chips away at fear. Progress, no matter how small, breeds confidence. And that confidence becomes the antidote to fear and doubt. Fear and doubt will always exist in some form. They are part of being human, but they do not have to define you. The choice to act despite these feelings is yours. You can let fear and doubt dictate your life, or you can choose to move forward, step by step, into the person you are meant to become. It's not about eliminating fear. It's about mastering it. Each time you do, you gain strength, resilience, and clarity. Your life can change in an instant when you decide to stop letting fear and doubt control you. They are merely shadows that disappear when you shine the light of action and belief upon them. The moment you decide to move forward, despite the uncertainty, is the moment you begin to reclaim your power. That decision, that single step forward, can change everything. I highly recommend the movie. Change is often perceived as a massive, overwhelming task that requires radical actions and bold decisions. Many people believe that transforming their lives means making huge sacrifices or taking enormous leaps of faith. However, true and lasting change rarely happens overnight. It is the result of small, consistent actions taken over time. These small steps may seem insignificant in the moment, but their cumulative effect can lead to profound transformation. The power of small, consistent actions lies in their ability to create momentum, build discipline, and reshape habits, ultimately guiding you toward the life you desire. One reason small actions are so effective is that they are sustainable. Big, dramatic changes often burn out quickly because they demand too much energy and willpower all at once. On the other hand, small steps are manageable and easier to integrate into daily life. For example, if you want to improve your physical health, committing to running 5 miles every day might feel overwhelming and unsustainable. However, starting with a 10-minute walk each day feels achievable and can gradually build into a stronger fitness routine. Over time, these small efforts compound, leading to significant improvements in health, energy, and overall well-being. Consistency is the bridge between goals and success. Many people start with enthusiasm, but fail to maintain their progress because they try to do too much too soon. Small actions, repeated consistently, help build habits. Habits are powerful because they operate on autopilot, reducing the need for constant motivation. When you perform a small action daily, it becomes ingrained in your routine, making it easier to maintain. This consistent practice creates a foundation for bigger achievements. It's not about intensity, it's about frequency and persistence. Think about learning a new skill, such as playing a musical instrument or speaking a new language. Mastery doesn't come from practicing for 10 hours in one day and then stopping. It comes from practicing a little bit every day, steadily improving over time. Small, consistent practice strengthens neural connections in the brain, making skills more natural and effortless. The same principle applies to any area of life, whether it's personal development, career advancement, or building relationships. Incremental progress leads to lasting success. As big changes are terrifying and overwhelming, small actions minimize the fear of failure. Large, drastic steps can be intimidating and may discourage you from starting. When the stakes feel too high, fear and doubt can creep in, causing procrastination or avoidance. However, taking a small, manageable step reduces that fear because the risk feels lower. You gain confidence with each small success, which builds momentum and encourages you to keep moving forward. This momentum can carry you through challenges that might have seemed impossible if approached all at once. Small, consistent actions also allow for course correction. When you take small steps, you can easily adjust your approach based on feedback and results. If something isn't working, you can make slight changes without feeling like you've wasted a massive effort. This flexibility helps you stay on track and adapt to new information or circumstances. It's a learning process that evolves over time, allowing you to refine your strategies and improve continuously. And another powerful aspect of small actions is how they reshape identity. Every small step you take toward your goal reinforces a new belief about who you are. For example, if you want to become a writer, writing 1 paragraph a day might seem small, but each day you write, you reinforce the identity of being a writer. Over time, these small actions strengthen your self-identity and align your behavior with the person you want to become. Identity-based change is more sustainable because it becomes part of who you are, not just something you do. Small actions compound over time, leading to exponential results. This concept is similar to compound interest in finance. Small, consistent investments grow into substantial wealth over time. In life, small positive behaviors accumulate and lead to significant outcomes. For example, reading just 10 pages of a book each day may not seem like much, but over a year, that's more than 3,600 pages. Enough to complete several books and dramatically expand your knowledge. The same principle applies to saving money, improving fitness, or developing skills. The compounding effect of small actions creates powerful, lasting change. Patience is a critical element in this process. In a world that glorifies instant results, it can be difficult to stay committed when progress feels slow. But meaningful change requires time. Small actions teach you patience and resilience because they require you to trust the process. It's easy to get discouraged when you don't see immediate results, but when you understand that every small effort is a building block, you stay motivated to continue. Trusting that your efforts will pay off keeps you moving forward even when progress feels invisible. The beauty of small, consistent actions is that they are within everyone's reach. You don't need extraordinary talent, wealth, or circumstances to start. All it takes is the decision to begin and the commitment to continue. No step is too small if it's moving you in the right direction. Whether it's drinking more water each day, spending 5 minutes meditating, writing a few sentences, or saving a small amount of money, these actions accumulate and lead to meaningful results. Lasting change comes from the accumulation of these small steps. They create a solid foundation for greater achievements and make big goals feel more attainable. By committing to small, consistent actions, you develop discipline, resilience, and confidence. You begin to trust yourself and your ability to follow through. Over time, these efforts transform not just your habits, but your entire life. Change doesn't have to be loud or dramatic. It can start quietly with a simple decision and a small action. Every great accomplishment begins with the courage to take the first small step. If you want to change your life forever, start small, stay consistent, and trust in the power of steady progress. Small decisions, they generally lead to bigger ones. Small decisions add up to bigger ones. Pain is an inevitable part of life. Everyone experiences setbacks, failures, heartbreaks, and disappointments. While pain can feel overwhelming, it also holds incredible power. It has the potential to break you down, but it also has the potential to build you up, to strengthen you in ways comfort never could. The key is learning how to turn pain into strength. This transformation doesn't happen automatically. It requires a conscious decision to face pain, understand it, and use it as fuel for growth and resilience. This is building a mansion. Pain often feels like a burden, something to avoid or escape. Society teaches us to seek comfort, to minimize discomfort at all costs. Yet some of the most profound growth comes from discomfort. Pain pushes us beyond our limits, forcing us to confront parts of ourselves that we might otherwise ignore. It reveals our vulnerabilities, but also exposes our hidden strength. When we allow ourselves to fully experience pain, rather than running from it, we open the door to transformation. Pain can be a teacher, showing us what matters most and guiding us toward change. Think about the times in your life when you've grown the most. Chances are those moments were preceded by struggle. Maybe you lost a job, faced rejection, or endured the end of a relationship. In those moments, it might have felt like everything was falling apart. But with time and reflection, you likely discovered lessons that made you wiser, stronger, and more resilient. Pain challenges you to adapt, to learn, and to become a better version of yourself. Without pain, growth would be limited because there would be no reason to change. One of the most powerful ways to turn pain into strength is through acceptance. Often people resist pain, denying it or pretending it doesn't exist. But resisting pain only prolongs suffering. Acceptance doesn't mean you approve of what happened or that you're okay with it. It means acknowledging reality without trying to fight it. When you accept pain, you take back your power. You stop letting the situation control you and instead begin to control how you respond. This shift in perspective is the first step in transforming pain into strength. Another crucial part of this transformation is finding meaning in pain. Every experience, no matter how painful, can offer insight. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Or how can this experience make me stronger? These questions change how you view your pain. Instead of seeing it as something pointless, you begin to see it as part of your growth. For example, someone who has struggled with failure in business might use that experience to build a more resilient company in the future. Someone who has endured personal loss might develop greater empathy and use that understanding to help others. Pain, when given purpose, becomes a tool for strength. Pain also has the power to build resilience. Resilience is not about avoiding hardship. It's about facing it head-on and continuing to move forward. Every time you survive a painful experience, you become stronger. You realize that you can handle more than you thought. This resilience becomes a foundation for future challenges. You start to trust yourself more, knowing that you have the strength to endure and overcome. This inner strength allows you to take more risks, pursue bigger goals, and face uncertainty with confidence. Taking action is another way to convert pain into strength. Pain often brings with it a surge of energy. Anger, frustration, sadness, that can either consume you or be redirected. Instead of letting that energy break you, channel it into something constructive. Use it to fuel your goals, to push yourself harder, to make necessary changes. Many people who have experienced hardship have used their pain as motivation to succeed. Athletes train harder after a loss. Entrepreneurs work smarter after a failed venture. Artists create deeper, more meaningful work after personal struggles. Action transforms pain from something passive into something powerful. Another central aspect of turning pain into strength is self-compassion. Pain can often lead to self-blame and harsh self-criticism. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that you're weak for feeling pain or that you should have handled things better, but beating yourself up only deepens the wound. Strength comes from treating yourself with kindness during difficult times. Self-compassion allows you to acknowledge your pain without judgment and gives you the space to heal and grow. It's about recognizing that pain is part of the human experience and that it doesn't define your worth. Surrounding yourself with supportive people can also help you transform pain into strength. Isolation can make pain feel heavier, but sharing your struggles with others can lighten the load. Talking to someone who listens without judgment can provide comfort and perspective. Sometimes simply knowing you're not alone can make a significant difference. Supportive relationships can offer encouragement, guidance, and motivation to keep moving forward. Additionally, helping others who are experiencing pain can be incredibly healing. When you use your own pain to support and uplift others, it not only strengthens them, but also strengthens you. Pain can also inspire a sense of gratitude. This might seem counterintuitive, but going through difficult times can make you appreciate the good moments even more. It sharpens your awareness of life's fleeting beauty and the things that truly matter. Gratitude doesn't erase pain, but it balances it. It reminds you that even in hardship, there are still things worth appreciating. This balance creates emotional strength and resilience. Turning pain into strength is about perspective and choice. You can choose to let pain define you, to let it harden you, or to let it break you down. Or you can choose to let it build you up, to let it teach you, and to let it fuel your growth. This choice isn't easy, and it doesn't happen overnight, but with every small decision to face pain, learn from it, and act despite it, you become stronger. Pain can be a powerful force for change, but only if you decide to use it that way. Every scar you carry tells a story of survival, of lessons learned, and of strength gained. Your pain can become your power. It can be the foundation upon which you build resilience, courage, and wisdom. Life will always bring challenges, but how you respond to those challenges will determine your path. Let your pain shape you into someone stronger, wiser, and more compassionate. In that transformation,